Woohoo! What happened to our stream? What happened to my stream? All right, everybody. Mike, you there?
Hmm.
Oh, all right. I just wanted to make sure everything was working. Uh, Basically, this is our first time streaming. We haven't done this yet. And if you are new to the Cavecast, this is going to be an experience, a new experience for not only ourselves, but for you. We, we've been trying to plan this for a while. And it's always been something in the way of getting it done. If you don't know, I'm Big Temp. That's Big Mike. We are the host of the Cavecast, and we just wanted to let everybody know we appreciate you guys showing up to our first ever live sports talk. What's happening? How you doing today, Mike?
Mark, man, just reading the news. There's a lot of stuff that happened today still. So beach been working, man. So
I heard there's been a lot of movement, a lot of
yeah,
movement.
boy.
So I'm just kind of, looking at everything and thinking to myself, okay, is he going to make any more moves? Uh, I'm kind of, you know, I'm kind of thinking that there will be some more moves, but I ain't for sure. Uh, Veach, he has a kind of weird way of working everything, right? So we everybody knows that the 53 man roster for pretty much every team, it came out yesterday for your respective teams, right? So we knew there were going to be some cuts of some players that were there last year and they weren't going to be here this year. I mean, that was pretty much, it was a given. It was a given. Uh, One of the players that we did talk about that we thought would not be here was going to be Kadarius Toney, and
Yeah, that was a
I,
given.
I pretty much figured that they were going to cut ties with this dude because he had not shown any signs of maturing. Uh, he basically was always doing kind of his own thing. I mean, it was apparent on the field, no matter what. So we knew it was going to happen, right? But
Yep.
it was other players that also got cut that we didn't know were going to get cut, right? So one of those players was Justin Ross. I I know you were kind of taken aback by Justin
Yeah.
by Justin Ross
They
getting
did.
cut.
They did bring him back on the practice squad.
But, yes, exactly. Yeah, he did.
So did nobody get him though. So I'm good with that.
Yeah, he did. He did get a chance to come back. So uh, we are having some technical difficulties as of right now. So if you guys want to hold on 1 second. All right. All right. I was just trying to figure out what the heck happened to our stream.
Nah, it looks like it's working. I was just looking at it a second ago. So
Were you? Okay.
yeah.
Well, I didn't know for sure if it was working or not, but for some reason it didn't look like we had any picture going on. So, but to continue, like I said, Ross got cut, but they did bring him back on the practice squad. Is there any other players that you were kind of surprised by that actually did wind up getting
Man,
cut?
I'm not surprised that they cut him, but man, he got picked up. Curtis Jacobs.
Curtis who?
Curtis Jacobs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He
I
got picked up by the Patriots.
did
Man,
you did you?
that one hurt.
I didn't think he was going to last long. I didn't.
No, he wasn't gonna last long. That's why I was like, damn, man.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen.
That's
I
the
didn't.
one. That was really the only one that I was like,
Well, I mean, that's what they say about that, right? You can't get everybody that you want. You want to try to keep as many talented players as you can, but it don't happen that way. It you
Yeah.
keep what you think is the most valuable and where it's going to make the biggest impact, right? So, and if anybody is checking us out tonight, I want you guys to understand that I have had some eye issues. I've had to get glasses. And so, if you are seeing me now and trying to figure out what's different, it's because I'm a blind bastard now. So, so
That's just something I gotta get used to because I ain't used to you wearing glasses.
man, me neither. Me neither. I am not used to this. This is all brand new to me. So uh, I don't have a clue how this happened. Well, I mean I do. It's because I'm old. I'm old, and with my job with a lot of the blue lighting and working with that, it's been killing my eyes. So uh, I just I know for a fact that this is kind of off topic, but the older you get, guys, ladies, try to take care of yourselves the best way you can because one day you're seeing 2020 and the next thing you can't see shit. You see how big my eyes look in these damn glasses?
Yeah, you got the Urkel going on, man. I'm trying to tell you.
So, anyway, we like what we've seen as far as the roster. The roster, I really don't have any complaints about the roster. Uh,
The roster is better than last year by far.
I I think so personally.
Overall, yeah.
If I'm being yeah if I'm being very, how should I say, if I'm being very non-biased, I would say there's one place that I'm kind of worried about, and that's going to be at the cornerback position. I am worried about that, but at the same time, I have to understand that where we were weak at in other places, we got stronger at, right? Uh,
And
so
it and like that's understandable, but at the same time, like the corners we have now outside of McDuffie,
yeah,
we still won a Super Bowl with.
yeah. I
Like we
mean,
still late. We won a Super Bowl with the other guys outside of McDuffie.
yeah,
They still won a Super Bowl with those dudes.
yeah.
So
And so
I'm just saying.
to me, the whole thing is, look, there are going to be players who did not have a lot of playing time last year that are going to get a lot of playing time this year, right? And that's going to be in the corner room, and that's also going to be in the wide receiver room, right? Guys like Sky Moore, they're going to get a. He's still around. For as many people that didn't like him,
Hey, listen.
he's still
I'm
around.
gonna say this. I don't understand. This is my thing. Sky year. This will be his third year, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the Chiefs were never gonna cut
I didn't
a
think they would
second
either.
round pick.
I didn't think they
Now
would
I don't
either.
necessarily think that was the reason why they kept him, and just because he was a second round pick. I
Yeah.
do think that Reed sees the progress that he's made, and mentally, not. Cause I think Sky is capable of being productive.
Oh
Don't get me
yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
he can be productive, bro. Like I don't understand why a lot of Chiefs fans they did the same thing to Clyde, and you know what's crazy? Clyde was way more productive than
Well,
even what Sky was, and it's not a knock on Sky, but I'm just saying like
yeah.
it's not. I just don't understand the unnecessary hate. It's not like he's our wide receiver 2 or 3. He'll be at best wide receiver 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
he
yeah,
could be that. He could be 7. You know, like
yeah. And that's what I mean. They're going to use him in certain situations, right? Uh, one of those
so he's
situations,
gonna be a kick returner. Watch.
yeah, yeah. And one of those situations could be, like you said, punt return. And another situation could be where, if God forbid we have another injury, right? That's
Yeah.
It's football. It's going to happen, right? So I do, and I did not. I had a guy ask me. He said, I think Sky's going to get cut. I was like, I really don't. I don't see how they're going to cut a second
when
round pick.
he when they had that preseason and he barely played, like they
Yeah.
had him in for a second and then took him. I was like, nah, he's not getting cut.
No,
He's not getting
they
cut. It's not happening.
they
Because
wanted to
think about
see.
it.
Yeah, they wanted to see what he was doing, right? They wanted to see, what he looked like. They wanted to see how he was looking off the line of scrimmage. So they got a chance to see him for a few. They got a chance to see him probably on a couple of special teams possessions, and that was it. That's all they wanted, right? They
Hey,
just want.
just FYI, there's this thing on here that says Rasheed Rice's trial has been set for June 2025.
Oh yeah, so
He's
we
not
ain't.
getting suspended this year.
Yeah, we're not gonna have to worry about him getting suspended this year. And
That's crazy. I don't understand why it's so long.
well, I mean,
Nothing
it.
I'm saying I wanted to do, but I'm just saying, like, damn,
I don't know
like
why, but I mean, maybe that's just how they handle things in Texas. I mean, could be.
that's true. I didn't
Yeah.
think about that. I forgot he was
So,
in Texas.
but you got to remember, like I said, with this whole situation with Rasheed, that's a whole nother year away, right? So, at least for
Yeah,
this year, I don't see the NFL trying to attach any kind of penalty towards him.
yeah. I seen a thing that they said they was waiting until the whole legal process was done and over with. So yeah, it's definitely not.
Yeah,
Based off of that, it
yeah,
won't be till next year
yes.
or next
So
season.
to me, I hope everybody understands that right now, minus the fact that Marquise Hollywood Brown is injured, I think that receiving core is going to be a problem. They've got talent, they've got speed, and they even brought back Juju, who we all
Hey
know
man,
knows the system.
the the abundance of weapons Mahomes has this year,
Yeah.
and I'm not even just talking about the receivers. He's got weapons everywhere,
Oh, he does.
out the backfield, tight end, like
What did you think of that pickup of the tight end from the Dallas
I like it
Cowboys?
because
He's a hell of a
he
blocker. He's a hell of a
yeah,
blocker.
that's exactly. That's why they got him for that and special teams. So yeah, I
Yeah.
don't mind it at all. Cause Herb, I like Herb, but he's really shown in the preseason, man. Like he's not really.
You know, he wasn't gonna. I didn't think he was gonna wind up really getting a shot. I kind of hoped that he get a resurgence from, what he looked like in his first and second year in the league, but he's just not the same anymore after all the injuries. So we know this is just the nature of the beast, right? But this kid that they picked up from uh, the Cowboys, he's a hell of a blocker. And you got to
They got
remember,
another dude from the Cowboys too,
yeah, I heard, I
DB.
heard.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they picked him. They picked this tight end up, and it was just they did it because they lost Blake Bell, right? So losing a guy like that you're used to having in 12 personnel, that's a hell of a blocker, in 12 personnel. You needed a guy like this, you know. This
well,
is
that's what I was thinking. They was going. I was surprised. I thought they were going to keep Herb just simply because they like going in 13 personnel. You know
yeah,
that a lot. You gonna need four tight ends. Well, you would like to have four tight ends,
well,
but once they cut him,
yeah,
I was like, okay, maybe not. And then they got this dude, so I'm like, oh, well,
yeah,
they're gonna be running at 13 personnel.
yeah.
For
So
sure.
I'm liking it now. Besides all of that, we we've seen the Chiefs do some more pickups. Uh, they picked up another running back. I know you were happy about it. I know you were. I know you were happy about it.
That running back room got me off.
Yeah,
Imagine having to worry about stopping Pacheco,
yeah,
Piron,
yeah,
and still, and they still got Clyde
yeah,
on the roster.
yeah. You still
So,
have
and I
Clyde on
think
the
it might
roster.
be because I think it might be because they might be. I don't know if they officially had still at fullback or if he's
Hmm.
running back. I I don't
He's
know.
they showed him as fullback on the roster. It shows him as fullback on the
Okay,
roster.
well,
So uh,
that's a nasty lineup to me. I don't.
yeah. So to me, I think it's awesome that they. I mean, this kid still winds up making the team,
Man,
and
good job.
yeah, we did. We if you didn't know it, if you
You
didn't
know what
know
I'm
it,
talking about.
if you
I
didn't know
tell
it,
everybody.
we said this back when the draft happened. Mike had sent me a list, and he said, "Hey, man, look at this dude, this guy right here, Carson
I was
Steele."
gonna tell y'all.
And he said, "This guy's, hey," he said, "this dude is a problem." And so I looked at the tape and looked at the tape, and I was like, "Oh my!" I said, "Yeah, this dude will definitely make the team." And we said it here. Now, if you haven't been watching, or you didn't get a chance to watch, now you know. When we say certain things, we tend to be pretty spot on when it comes to evaluating, especially talent. I have never heard of this guy, right? Carson Steele, because let's be honest, he was at Ball State. They don't get a lot of, they don't get a lot of playing, time on the air when it comes to schools like that. So he leaves Ball State, goes to UCLA to show, hey, I can do this on, a bigger stage, and he does. He does really well. So the kid
I'm
is a,
about to pull up his bonus.
yeah, the kid is a problem, and I like him because he's hard nosed, he practices hard, he runs hard, and he's not afraid of contact. That is the most one in this
You know
day and
what's
age.
crazy?
That's what you want to see now. I want to see guys who are not afraid of contact.
Hey, his college coach said one of their problems with him was they were trying to get him to get away from contact.
Exactly. The dude likes contact.
Yeah, he literally said was our biggest issue was trying to get him to stay away from getting in contact. That's crazy.
That to
That's
me,
insane.
he's hunting that out. And you know what that tells me? He's a guy who likes to get it done. He likes to be out there. He likes football. Man, he loves football. That's a guy loves football, right?
So his freshman year at Ball State, he had a 891 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, six
Yeah,
touchdowns.
yeah.
Um, the next year he had 1,556 yards, 5.4 yards per carry, 14 touchdowns.
Mm.
Then goes to UCLA, still puts up 847 rushing yards and 5.1 yards per carry, six touchdowns.
And he wasn't
The
even a
dude can
starter.
run the ball.
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
wasn't
the
even a
dude can
starter.
run the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's a freaking. I told you earlier. I said I don't understand how he didn't get drafted. And I get it. He went to Ball State, but it ain't. I mean, he went to UCLA. UCLA is not a stupid. It's not a small school, but
no,
you
that's
know,
a big pack. That was at the time
yeah,
Pac-12. That was a Pac-12 school at the time.
yeah,
Uh,
Pac-12. Yeah,
So yeah, I like the kid, and there are other players on this team that I mean, I wasn't really surprised that Imoni Bates got cut by the
no, no.
Chiefs, but I
Yeah,
mean,
that's where it kind of surprised me.
Deneric Prince was surprising. Did you see that they wind up picking him back up for the practice squad though?
Did they? I
I
I
don't
don't know if
know.
they did or
I
not.
don't know if
I
they
don't
did
think
or
they did.
yeah, and that's what I was kind of wondering because that's a telling tale right there that they think he's just
I don't
not.
think they did. I'm about to
Yeah,
check right now. Hold on.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think
that's
they did though.
yeah. So to me, there's a couple of things that that just kind of stood
You know
out
what
when
the
it,
problem is? You know what the
what
problem is?
what's
For a
that?
dude his size, he's not very good at pass blocking. He gets
Yeah,
burned on pass blocking. Also his vision is
yeah. It's not
bad,
very good.
bad,
Yeah,
bad. Like
yeah.
it's not good at
And
all.
and they tried to give him a chance to develop that, by being on the practice squad last year, and they just probably thought that he hadn't really gained any ground in that area. So uh,
Yeah, he didn't get picked up.
yeah, I didn't figure he did. So if y'all don't know, we want to thank y'all for coming to the live stream. Like I said, this is our very first live stream. We have not done one when it comes to sports for the Cave Cast. This is the very first one. We want to thank y'all. And if you haven't, go ahead and hit that sub button. It will notify you guys whenever we go live or whenever we have new content that comes up, right? So if you guys have any questions, if you have anything you want to ask, anything of that nature, hey, we want to be able to answer any of that stuff for you. So one of the things that I do like about what the Chiefs did was the fact that when it came down to their offensive line, right? There's a lot of young bulls on this offensive line that they wind up keeping,
Young
man.
athletes. Yeah, young athletes.
Man, there's a lot of them that they wind up
I think
keeping.
our
And
offensive line, I think, and look, I actually think our offensive line is going to be way better this year.
yes,
I think Jawan Taylor is going to be a lot better.
yes,
Because here's the issue with Jawan, right? I do like the penalties and stuff. I do feel like he was getting picked on a lot early
oh,
on.
of course, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I think obviously I do definitely think those will come down significantly.
yeah,
Um, and I think having that year under Mahomes and understanding how Mahomes plays and how he moves out of the pocket, I
yeah,
think that's helped him. That'll help him as well. Having that year under his belt with Mahomes and how Mahomes, because Mahomes is not like most quarterbacks in terms of
no,
like
he's
he's a
gonna,
little different.
yeah,
So
he's off schedule. He's a lot of off schedule, running from one side to the next if he has to. You know, that's the thing about playing with a quarterback like Mahomes. You're gonna have to be aware of what he is capable of doing, and hey, is he going to go this way? Is he going to go that way? Is he going to stay in the pocket this time? That's the thing about playing for a player or quarterback like him is that your head, as far as, your awareness goes, has to be top notch. The guys that are there right now, especially with Creed and Tooney and Smith, uh, these guys understand that they've played with him for a number of years now. So they understand what he's about, right? So to me, I think by them adding some more young bulls, some more young athletes, and this way they get a chance to learn the system, learn playing, with Mahomes and how the system works. This will get them, acclimated to the kind of player he is. So I like it. I like it. I like the fact that they got some more young bulls on this
and
offensive line.
I think
Ooh,
Kingsley has the chance to be a Pro Bowler this year.
man,
I'm not joking.
that dude
I'm not
is
joking.
he is a
It's just
freak
it's
athlete.
he's a freak athlete. He can move. Here's the thing. So we had Donovan Smith right
Yeah,
last year. Donovan Smith was serviceable for us last year, right? He
yeah,
obviously helped us win the championship.
exactly.
Athletically, Kingsley is so much better though. Like
Yeah,
it's just gonna be about him getting repetition, getting reps,
exactly.
getting used to going against in game the top edge rushers and stuff like that in game. And there's gonna be growing pains throughout the season, but I think he'll definitely uh, pick it up quickly. So
Well,
I think he's gonna be a problem.
here's the thing about that left tackle position. We have never had really a, how should I say, a guy that's going to be there and grow with Mahomes. We had a guy in Orlando Brown that was there, but he was just there temporarily. He came from somewhere
Yeah, for
else.
just 1 year.
Yeah,
For
well,
few
to,
years.
so, but he started off somewhere else, right?
Right.
We needed a guy who was young, who was hungry, who had a chance to prove himself, right? This is the guy. Now, great left tackles don't come along all the time, right? That's one of those positions where they're very coveted, and if you can find one in the draft, try to hold on to them as much as you can because they
He's
are,
21.
yes, and he's young. So I think it's a great pickup that they had that came out of this draft, and I also think that Mahomes is very thankful that he gets to grow this player in the ways that he wants this left tackle to be. Because you got to think about it. This is going to be the guy that's protecting his blind side all the time, right? So I think it's a great thing, and I think them getting a chance to get a young, left tackle that they can groom for this position for years to come, man. Along with Creed,
And yeah, speaking of Creed, for anybody that was saying the Chiefs was gonna let Creed walk
nope,
and
we knew
not
that.
re-sign him, are you dumb? Are you dumb?
Oh,
Mahomes would have a fit if they let him walk.
there's no way in
He is
hell
literally, yeah, he is
it was not going to
the
happen.
anchor of that offensive line, bro. Like,
Yeah,
what are
they
you talking about?
they weren't gonna let that happen, and I think that they're not gonna let Trey Smith leave either. I don't think they're
No,
gonna let it happen.
definitely not. And as a matter
So
of fact, the dude from Locked On, he literally said that he worked the money out.
yeah,
The details of Creed contract came out, and
yeah,
they could get pretty much the exact contract to Trey right now if they wanted to.
yeah. So I think it's gonna happen. I just think it's just a matter of time right now, and like I said, with the way that this roster is composed right now, you know, everybody's been talking about the three-peat, right? It could very well be in the cards for the Chiefs to three-peat. And the
And
bad
look,
thing about
we're not guaranteeing anything because this is
no,
football.
no, this is
This is
football.
not a guarantee, and I hate when people make it seem like we just, oh well, yeah, we just gonna automatically. No, we're not
No,
saying that. We understand that this is something that's never happened before. It's not gonna be easy, and if
yes,
it did happen, it's it's never happened for a reason.
yeah,
So
it is
yeah,
hard. It is so hard. It was hard to repeat as a champion, right?
exactly.
So
Yeah, hadn't a repeat hadn't happened in 20 years.
yeah, so for it to be a possibility and for this team to be as young as it is, like I said, it could be very well in the cards for the Chiefs to do this. I mean, what other team right now do you really think is better than the Chiefs right now from top to bottom besides the 49ers? I mean, I'll give you the Eagles. I mean, I got a lot of
But
Eagle
here's the
fans.
thing. But
I've got,
I don't think it's necessarily about having a better team top to bottom. I also think it's about
it's
experience,
not. It's experience. It's
coaching,
coaching. Yes, it's all
coaching,
of those
and
things.
then on top of that, having a dude like Mahomes when it's money time
Yeah.
and it's time to win,
Yes.
Mahomes is infectious. So it rubs off on everybody. And there wasn't no doubt. Hey, I tell you what, when they won a Super Bowl against the 49ers, when we got the ball, we knew we was gonna get the ball back, right?
Yeah.
There was nothing that anybody could tell me that Mahomes wasn't gonna go down that field for.
Yeah. Like I said, it's this is the things
Exactly.
you've got to deal with when it comes to this. Like I said, the team it looks good. I can't knock any move that they made with this 53 man roster. I can't. I cannot knock
And
any
they got
move.
and look, I didn't think Nicole was gonna make it like when we signed him, but now they got three dudes
Yeah.
with 4.3, 4.2 speed.
Yeah. So
Just saying, man.
if your team right now, right, like let's say the Cowboys, there are Cowboy fans that we know for a fact. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a Cowboys fan. I don't like the fact that the Cowboys didn't really do a lot when it came to the running back room. I
They
don't
just
like
got
what.
they just got Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, but think about that. How, where was Dalvin Cook last year? You said the same thing I
I
did,
got you right. I
huh?
got you right. They
E-
got Zeke
ex-
right.
okay,
But
okay, they got Z.
if this happened in 2019, I'd be like, oh
Yeah,
come
exactly.
on,
If 5 years
you know what I'm
ago,
saying?
yeah,
But
okay, but now I'm like, Jerry, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Right now, I
I'm
have no
wondering
problem.
why they gonna give Deuce Vaughn no contract.
I'm gonna tell you, like I told a guy today, and I mean this. I like Deuce Vaughn, but the problem is I don't know how long. I don't know how much he can handle with
Listen,
the
I
with the
get that
size
he's
he is.
small.
He
I
is
get that,
small.
and I've seen him play. I've seen him play. The dude can play.
Yes, I
He can
know, but do
play.
you think he's a every down back though in this league?
I mean,
It's
maybe.
different in college.
I don't understand. Okay, look, I get that part of it, but he could be your number two or number three.
Well, yeah, of course.
You
I
know what
get.
I'm saying?
I will give you that. I will give you
I
that.
don't understand that.
Now their defense, I don't have a problem with their defense. Their defense looks
Well,
fantastic.
dude is out. Bland. I
Oh
think he
yeah,
got hurt.
I heard he was going to be out for a couple games, maybe about 4. Was it 3 or? We're going to find out if the Cowboys are really going to stay with Dak Prescott after this year, because this might be the best team that they've had in a while. And if they don't make it out of the first round of the playoffs, Dak won't. He won't get another contract.
Man, you know what's crazy? I got a friend. His name is Telly. Hey, shout out to Telly, man. I don't know if you gonna see this, but he's a Cowboy
Shout
fan.
out to Telly. Oh,
He,
okay,
yeah.
he's a Cowboy fan.
So yeah, he's a Cowboys fan. So I remember he tagged me on this thing on Twitter talking about it was showing Mahomes and Dak stats in the last like 4 years or something, or the last 50 games. It was something like that,
Yeah,
and they were pretty identical, right?
yeah. Somebody.
I'm like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I seen that
I'm
shit.
like, you know what's funny? I posted and tagged him in Mahomes' playoff record versus Dak's playoff record.
Yeah.
He was like, you didn't have to do that. And that's the thing. Dak really has no excuse. Bro, that team is
Mm-mm-mm.
loaded. If you put Mahomes on that team with them weapons, and he got CeeDee Lamb too.
Yeah.
Now I ain't gonna say he gonna win that championship automatically. I ain't gonna say all that because you just never know. But he
Here,
gets past the first round.
here's the deal,
Tell you
right?
that right now.
Dak's got to do something to prove he's
No,
worth all that
look,
money
hold
that
on. Let's
he's
look at their
fucking getting.
playoff record. Let's look at the playoff
You
record.
don't want to look at that shit. You don't want to look at that
I know
shit.
it's bad.
I mean, besides him not getting to the playoffs too.
Man, I'm telling you, like it's not good, bro. And like his numbers are not good. He's 2-5 in the playoffs.
So here's what I'm saying: the Cowboys are really, I'm gonna be honest, they're really only one player away from really making a run at a fucking Super Bowl,
Are you
right?
talking about quarterback wise?
I mean, I'm trying to be nice about it.
That's
They're one player. They're one player away. I mean, let's be honest. The running back situation you can work around, right? You can work around because you can
yeah.
scheme running.
They'll be fine with they'll be fine with Zeke and they ain't gonna
Yeah,
be world beaters, but they'll be fine.
no, but you can scheme running backs. The problem is you have a quarterback who shits the bed when it comes time for winning time, especially in the playoffs. So look, I know it's not my team. I'm not trying to be a disruptor. I'm just telling you what I see. And to me, the
Now look,
Cowboys are one player away. What's up?
I want you to look. I'm about to read this to you. So Dak Prescott in the playoffs, he has he has a 91 passer rating or 92 passer rating, 1,962 yards, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. It's not horrible. You know, it's not terrible, but it's not great either, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Mahomes, Lord,
It ain't
Mahomes
no
has
com-
a
it ain't no comparison, dude. I don't know whoever came up with this idea, whoever came up with this idea to compare Mahomes and
bro.
Dak, you need to be ashamed of yourself. You need to be ashamed of yourself.
He has a 105.8 passer rating,
Mm-mm-mm.
5,135 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 8 picks.
Hmm.
Nigga, that's the
Man,
MVP season.
hey, that
Right.
I don't know about you, but man, they sound close.
Yeah. I'm saying like I'm telling
uh,
these dudes when they bring up these comparison like numbers wise, they cherry pick the stats. They'll be like the last 4 years or the last 3 years or the last 45 games.
isn't that
Nigga,
funny?
why don't y'all do whole career wise? Why don't y'all do that? I
Because
don't understand that.
because they have to find a jump off spot where they can fucking make it seem like they who they believe in is, he there's a reason why they believe in him. Besides lunacy, there is no reason, right? I'm
These
telling
numbers
you.
are ridiculous. These
I,
numbers are insane.
that's why I'm saying there's no reason for me to say this any other way. I'm not being nice about it. I'm just telling you the way I see it. The Cowboys are one player away from making a Super Bowl, and that player that they are one player away, he
I will
happens to,
say,
he happens to be the QB that they don't
right. I
have.
will say, like, I do think there's some teams that can give the Chiefs some fit. Like, I could see not necessarily them beating the Chiefs, but like just in general being a problem in the especially in the AFC.
Well, yeah, yeah,
Even in the even in the NFC, like I think the Packers. People keep talking about 49ers.
man, the Packers
The
are
Packers.
nice
Listen, the
and young
Packers
and young.
and young,
Yeah,
and they got weapons all over that team.
the
If
Lions,
Jordan Love, if Jordan Love doesn't do that dumb pass he did at the end of the
man,
game,
man.
they had a chance to win that game. If he doesn't throw that stupid interception, which okay, I get it. He's still young. It's his first playoff,
Yeah,
run, whatever. I'm gonna let him slide on it, but it was still stupid,
yeah.
But if he doesn't throw that pick, and bro, the 49ers don't get to the Super Bowl,
Well, what's the funny thing about
and I think he's
that?
gonna be better this year, obviously. So
Yeah,
what the Packers?
the funny thing about that is that nobody's really realizing that the NFC, the NFC is it's going to be kind of stacked this year. Okay, the
You
teams that are
think
going to,
Trent Williams, if he sits out, they're
yeah,
screwed.
yeah,
If
because
he doesn't play and the 49ers got bigger problems than worrying about Brandon Ayuk. I can tell you that right now.
well, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Brandon Ayuk problem is a big problem though. If he
It is, but I still think
he's their best receiver.
well, look, I get it, but if they don't have Trent Williams,
Oh yeah,
that's a bigger issue to me by far. Like if Trent Williams is not getting, if he's sitting down, and he's not playing, and you're not gonna give him his money, that's a bigger issue to me
yeah,
because
especially
Trent
with
Williams is
Purdy.
out there instead.
Yeah, because especially if Purdy is back there, and let's be real, he's a smaller guy,
And
right?
their line outside of him is not that great.
No, not at all.
So yeah,
Hey,
that's a huge L.
and that's what I was saying. To me, the teams that are going to be really hard to beat that have a chance to get to an NFC championship game are going to be your Packers, your Lions, your Eagles, your Cowboys. I mean, the 49ers are there if, like you said, Trent Williams is available and he's playing, and Brandon Ayuk. We don't know what the situation is with that, but I also think that if Brandon Ayuk's not there, this does hurt them because I think Ayuk's their best receiver. I know a lot of
So
people
you
ain't
think
gonna.
better than Debo?
I do because think about this.
He's a better
He
route runner than
he's a
Debo.
better route runner than Debo is, right? Debo's more of a gadget player in for that system. And trust me, I mean you could use him in any system, but does Debo beat his man consistently? I don't think he does. No, no, no.
Like
Think about it. A lot of the times that he does get loose. A lot of them are where he's in motion, right? Not off the line of scrimmage. He's in motion, or he's in that split backfield, right? Playing as a running back. I mean, I'm just saying these are things that I've seen. Now I could be wrong. but these are just the things I see because I don't get a chance to watch him all the time. So to me, I think Ayuk is a better route runner. I think he's got
Well, yeah,
better
I can
hands.
agree with that.
I think he's
He's
got
got better.
better hands.
Yeah,
So
so I guess you can say that.
I mean, I'll put it like this: Ayuk or Debo, who you picking?
Well, I think it's out of. You would have to say Ayuk, obviously, but that's because I would even say it because he's younger too. Like Debo's about to be 30 in a year.
So I'm just
I would
saying,
choose Ayuk.
yeah,
But he has more upside. He's
yeah,
younger, so
he's got more upside. So, and I mean that's why I'm saying if you look at the NFC, there's going to be some challenges for the 49ers, right? I think they can possibly make it as long as everything goes right, right? That's just how it goes. But there's teams that are there to challenge them, and especially guys like the Lions and guys like the Eagles
I got a
and
question.
the Packers. So, what's up?
Okay, so I'm not sure about the quarterback situation because dude is still injured. I think
Okay,
the Falcons
Kirk Cousins.
because that defense is going to be
Yeah.
nasty. That hey,
Hey,
they got the best safeties back. The two best safeties in the NFL. The two combination is not even
yeah.
close.
You
And then
know,
they
he,
got. Hold on, let me look at this roster real quick. 'Cause that team, low key, I don't know, man.
so let me ask you this: who is the coach for the Atlanta Falcons?
Honestly,
Wasn't he the
let me
defensive?
tell you
Wasn't he the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, and he was the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks? Dan Quinn.
Oh, is that him? I think
Uh,
you're right.
is that who it is?
Let me make sure. You know,
The reason I'm
I don't be paying attention to the coach. You know what I'm saying?
the reason I'm asking that is because if it's Dan Quinn and you're talking
Raheem
about
Morris.
okay, Raheem Morris, okay, it's
He was
Dan
from
is
defensive coordinator from the Rams.
okay. So I was kind of wondering about that. So is Dan Quinn uh, on that head
I
coaching?
don't know. Hold on.
Just kind of wondering about that.
Coaching. Okay, so you got Raheem Morris. Jimmy Lake is defensive coordinator.
Okay,
Offensive coordinator is Zach Robinson. No, he's not on there.
okay. So it's not what I was thinking. That's why I was asking, right? So the reason I was asking is because okay, they are going to be running a similar style of defense, and it's going to be a lot of cover three, a lot of cover three, right? So I'm thinking that when I was watching them, just in the preseason stuff, I was like, man, I wonder is Dan Quinn on that team or is this a guy who you know was a descendant, like one of these proteges from Dan Quinn, because Dan Quinn he ran a lot of cover three uh, with the Seattle defense when he was up there with the Legion of Boom, right? So I was just kind of wondering. I was just trying to think and see if he happened to be on that coaching squad. So, but like
Mm-hmm.
they you are right when it comes down to their defense will be better. I want to see what the offense is going to look like, and if
Yeah,
Kirk
that's the
Cousins,
thing, especially with the quarterback too. So
yeah, and if Kirk Cousins isn't going to be available, and you got that rookie
then
sitting
they
on
just
that
hey,
sitting on that bench, and we all know that the Falcons went up to go get him. Yeah, well, they grabbed him earlier than what people thought that he was going to get grabbed at. So I kind of got a
their
funny.
their secondary is nasty. Oh my lord.
Yeah, we
They
got
got AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates, and Justin Simmons.
yeah, we got a message in the chat. I'm just responding back to it. Somebody put my name in there. So
What they say?
I just said Temple. I don't know if they were just saying, "Hey, how you doing?" Yeah, at whoever it says Lava VR. I don't know who that is. At least I can't tell who it is. But whoever you are, thanks for coming and stopping by on our chat and for our live stream. So, uh, but we're gonna see a lot of different teams in this NFC, and I'll be honest with you, I'm very intrigued by this upcoming season. Not only, for our own, our very own Chiefs, but just for the NFL in
In
general.
general.
There's a lot of, storylines that are out there. See, and this is the thing that gets me hyped when it comes to football. It's just who's going to be that surprise team, right? Who's going to be that team?
What you think about the Jets? Because I'm pissed at them because they took my gun. Look, I love Carson Steele. He was like, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about is that Carson Steele is like basically the perfect like backup plan for what I wanted.
Oh yeah, I know, cause you were on it. Hey, and
They're like basically the same player. Braylon's obviously a little bit bigger and he's faster. Like he's got
yeah,
better long speed,
yeah,
but it's basically like they're identical.
they're identical in that man. And let's give a shout out to our Wichita's very own. If y'all don't know it, we're from a town in Kansas called Wichita, Kansas. Well, let's shout out to Brees Hall, Wichita's very own Northwest High School. We want to say he's playing for the Jets. Hey, he's been phenomenal. I'll be honest with you. I think
I
the
think he's gonna have
brother.
a big year this year.
I think he's gonna have a big year this year. Now, when it comes to the Jets, I'll be honest with you. I think the Jets could be very dangerous. We don't know what Aaron Rodgers is going to look like. Okay, not really. The only thing I will say is that if Aaron Rodgers, if that line is not any better than what it was last year, it's going to be a long season for him. A long
They
season.
picked up somebody though, didn't
They
they?
did. They did. But I'm saying
I don't know if
it
that was
has
a
to.
free agent or
I'd have to look it up again, but it has to be better. It has to be. You at 40 something years old, right? He can't afford to take those kind of hits. He cannot. I mean, look, everybody talking about what Tom Brady did. Yeah, but we know Tom Brady's a different animal. He's a different. He was a different animal.
his line wasn't bad either.
No,
Was
his
the
yeah,
defensive line was not bad. You got Tristan Wirfs out there, bro.
yeah. But I'm just saying it's a different.
They
It's
don't
a
have
different thing.
anyone.
No. So I'm just saying I like the Jets as far as what their makeup is. They got some young talent at wide receiver, right? They got young talent on the defense, all around that defense, right? The only thing that concerns me is can Aaron
The
Rodgers hold
offensive
up?
line.
Yeah, can he hold up with
That's
that
on
line?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. So I want to say that that's why I said when it comes down to it, I think the most exciting thing to me about besides watching our team do what they do and see how things are going to play out, the one thing that intrigues me a lot is just seeing what and what team is going to be, that team that nobody thought was going to be good, you know.
I also want to see because obviously we have like 3 years, like each one.
Yeah.
What player that got drafted in like round 5, like a Puka, you know what I'm saying?
Puka
Somebody that
Nakua.
I'm like, somebody's gonna be a Puka, rather it be offense or defense, either or.
I heard he's got a brother in the league now.
Yeah, he got cut though. I thought
Did he get cut? Okay, okay. I heard he
I can't
got.
think of his name right now. So I think he got cut though. I could
All
be
right.
wrong, but I could have what I heard earlier.
Well, I heard that, and I was like, man. I said, I wonder what he's like, and then I see him do
Right.
a punt return, and I was like, oh shit. So,
Yeah. But
uh,
yeah, we'll definitely get one of those. I don't know who it could be. Carson Steele.
you know who I'm. It could be. I got a funny feeling it's gonna wind up. It's gonna wind up being somebody that we
Braden
never.
Browner.
Man, it could be. It
Man,
could.
listen, I wanted the Chiefs to look at him because I feel like he was ridiculously underrated. Like,
Well,
you know what I'm saying? And look, I get it. He ain't gonna be like
no. I mean, that would be.
he was very good at what was it? USC. I think
USC.
it was USC.
Yeah, USC. So let me ask you this. Now that we've talked about the Chiefs, we've talked about other teams in the NFC, we've talked about the Niners, the Cowboys, even the Jets for a second. Here's my question to you. In every division, right, you're going to have a coach who is already on the hot seat, right? But could actually get fired in the middle of this season.
I already got one in mind. If he
So
don't,
who is the guy? Who's the guy? Who's the guy you have in mind that may be getting ready to get his trousers torched?
man, listen. If Kyle Shanahan, if they go to the Super Bowl again, if they go to the Super Bowl again, and they happen to face the Chiefs again, and they lose,
Oh my God.
we ain't gonna get packed up in the backwood so fast.
They gonna beat his ass. They gonna beat the shit out of him before he get to leave the arena.
They gonna jump him on the team bus. I'm telling you.
Hey, Debo gonna be in the middle of the aisle of the plane with 3 tube socks with bars of soap in it.
Yeah, and Shanahan's gonna hold him down.
Exactly. And Brandon Ayuk gonna be sitting there talking about, "Yeah, I should have got my contract done sooner."
I'm just saying,
You know,
I get it.
to me, I think you're right when it comes to that, right? You know who else I think is going to be on the hot seat when it comes to this if they don't do well this season?
Are they
It's
in
a
the NFC?
it's in the NFC, and their former Super Bowl competitor or participant.
Oh, yeah, I know you. You talking
They,
about Eagles?
oh boy,
No?
oh yeah, that's who I'm talking about. Oh boy, yeah, hey,
And I don't like
Sirianni,
Embiid.
Sirianni.
So
I I'm not saying that y'all not gonna be good this season because I have no idea knowing that, right? But I will say this: if y'all don't play well this year, after all that money y'all just gave to Jalen, and things continue to do not so
they
well,
ain't got no Jason Kelsey. They ain't got no Jason Kelsey this year.
man, you might as well.
Huge part of that
It
offense.
is a it is a it's a huge that's a huge loss, right? But I can tell you this, Nick Sirianni, you was close last year. This year, y'all don't do well. Let's say y'all don't even win the NFC East or you come in like third. I'm gonna tell you right now, you might as well just go ahead, eat your last Philly cheesesteak, and get ready to get out of here. Just saying. I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna lie though, man, they did get a dude that I wanted the Chiefs to try to get in the draft, man. That white boy, he's nice.
Oh yeah, he is nice. Yeah,
Cooper, what's his name? Cooper DeJean or whatever his name.
Cooper DeJean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Bro.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
him and that other dude. I was like,
All I can tell you is when it comes down to it, there are a lot of things that are going to be happening, right? In this season alone, right? That I I'm here for it. I'm here for it all, right? So I can just tell you those two guys, Shanahan, Sirianni,
those are the two main ones that I'm thinking
I
about. Anybody else?
hey, if you two motherfuckers don't get y'all shit together and do better this year, and for whatever reason it is, one of y'all, I don't know which one of y'all gonna be gone first, but one of y'all gonna be the new assistant manager at the Crumble Cookie down the street from your house. So
Who do you think is gonna have the
between those two,
Kyle Shanahan? Yeah, I think it's Kyle Shanahan.
oof,
Because think about it, that he's been the Super Bowls in the last what?
yeah, but only two with them, only two with them.
Okay, well, true.
Okay, so
But still, like,
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think
lost to Mahomes and he had the worst offense he's ever had.
I think I
Four loss.
yeah, I think Sirianni's closer. I think he's closer to getting booted than.
Really?
Yes, I do. I do. That's just my thoughts, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
you probably right, but whew,
Other things that I like to talk about when it comes to the when it comes to the NFL. Here's the deal, right? I really, really, really like a couple of teams in the AFC, and I can tell you right now, just because I want to see what they're going to do, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers got something to say. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers might have something to say, and I think that everybody is
man.
discounting uh, the Cincinnati Bengals. And as much as I hate to say it, because I don't like them
Man,
motherfuckers,
I don't know.
let me just say my piece. I'm just gonna say now. The only reason I think that they may not even have a, they may not do as well as if that injury is worse for
Or
Joe,
Jamar Chase don't play.
or if Jamar Chase does not play. Okay, that's very true, right? But
I think it's gonna be
the team I think people need to watch out for is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I
Hey,
think it's the Texans.
the Texans, of course, but everybody's been talking about them. They were talking about them last year,
I
right?
guess that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody was really talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey, and very quietly as kept during this offseason, the Pittsburgh Steelers made some fantastic moves. Fantastic. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. They did everything that you think of when it comes to a franchise that has, a historic, storied franchise. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. They went out and made moves to make that team better. Hey, I have no problem with whatever everything that they did. Even signing Russell, right? Even going after Fields. I thought all of it was wonderful, right? Now, that does not mean that that's going to turn into wins or that they're going to win their division. It just means that they are not going to stand by and watch while everybody else gets better, and then they just kind of
Yeah, I think
wait.
they'll be a playoff team.
Of course they will.
I think they'll definitely be a playoff team. I
I
think they were
definitely
the
think
Texans
that.
last year, so
Yeah, they were. So to me, I think it's who?
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I think it's a team. I think it's a team that everybody needs to think about, right? Them. We all know about the Texans in the AFC. We all know about uh, Baltimore. We all know about Cincinnati. I don't think Buffalo's going to be as good as they
You know
have been
what?
in.
It's crazy. It's crazy all the flack that Mahomes got once they lost Tyreek Hill. I ain't seen nobody saying nothing about what Josh Allen doing like without stuck on big.
Man, man,
I ain't seen nobody be like,
man.
Mahomes. We didn't see what Josh Allen looked like without a number one. You know, he ain't seen none of that. Where is
I
that
can
at?
tell you. I can tell you this, right?
Crazy.
There's going to be a team in the AFC that a lot of people are not, they're not going to be they're not going to be like ready to win now, right? They're going to make some noise, right? They're going to do some things that are going to, catch people's sort of like what the Texans did last year, right? There's going to be a team that I think the
Yo,
Broncos
Bo
might.
Nix. Hey,
I think
Bo Nix. Hey, man. I watched him during the little preseason. And look, I get it's preseason.
it
But
is,
you
of
can
course.
tell you some things.
Yeah, there's things you see.
Bro.
I think Bo Nix makes him. I think he makes them better, but I don't think it makes them championship or
Oh, no, not
contenders yet,
yet. They
right?
need, they
But
need
that's why I
more.
was saying I think it's a younger team that's gonna be. They're gonna make some noise. They're gonna get. They're gonna play, very well coming down the stretch, right? They're gonna stutter a little bit, right? But I think they're gonna make some noise coming down the stretch. That's the team I think it's gonna be in the AFC. It's gonna be Denver, right? Everybody's talking about Miami Dolphins and I'm like, man, look, I like Miami, right?
Two gotta learn to throw in the cold, bro. I'm sorry.
Well,
If you're in the AFC, listen, hold on, this is real talk. If you
it's
are in the
true.
AFC and you have championship aspirations, that's your goal.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna be number one in the AFC and you're gonna win the AFC, you have to be able to play in the cold, bro.
Well, of course,
Because
and
you're gonna have to go those places have cold weather.
Yeah,
Even
Baltimore,
even
Baltimore,
uh,
Pittsburgh. You know,
Pittsburgh, all of them. You have to be able to go in the cold, bro.
yeah,
And Tua cannot literally.
not necessary, not necessarily places like
But he was
Indy.
throwing some good.
Oh yeah, he was, but you know the thing about it is that Miami, for the for anybody that doesn't know, when they years ago back in the 60s and the 70s, right? Miami was a great team, great franchise, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Miami ain't really been shit for a long time to me. I'm just saying,
Oh,
as long as I've been alive, besides Dan Marino, his days, they ain't never really been shit. And a lot of it has to do with the simple fact that when you're down in Miami and you're used to playing in that perfect weather all the time, guess what happens when you do have to travel? You don't travel well. You don't play well.
exactly.
So they need to get to a situation where they need to start practicing somewhere where it's cold all the fucking time.
Go get him in the building.
Y'all need to
Bro,
turn the AC up in that motherfucker somewhere. Just turn it up. Put things in dry ice in front of fans and shit. Whatever. But I'm just saying this shit is.
what did they do in the off season? Like, did they get like really any significant
Well, they
players?
lost Chris. Well, yeah, they did. They lost Christian Wilkinson though, which hurt. That hurt them, right? So he went to the
But
Raiders.
who did they get though?
Oh, I'd have to look in my book because I wrote it all down. Yeah, I'm old. I write everything down. So, but yeah, they made some moves. Uh,
Okay, they did get Chop Robinson. I forgot about that.
yeah, they did. They got.
Paul. Yeah, they got Patrick Paul. They drafted Jalen Wright.
Oh yeah, yeah, they did.
He's running back.
Don't ask me because they got A Chain. Yeah, A Chain.
They still got Mosley.
Yeah,
They got another dude too. What was it? Man, what is his name?
I'm trying to think of who you.
Is it Boston Scott? That's what I'm thinking about.
Is it Boston Scott?
I know I'm not tripping.
I can't remember. I
Another
don't
thing
think.
I was actually thinking about the Chiefs getting him like
I think the thing you have
they
to.
got on the practice squad.
I think the thing you have to remember when it comes to all of this is that, like I said,
He's a brand.
when it comes down to it, when it comes down to it, there the NFL will be exciting this year, a lot more so this year than I think in recent years. And don't get me wrong, the past 5 years in the NFL have been fantastic. I've loved it, right? It's been very
Yeah,
exciting.
he's been winning.
Well, yeah, of course. Aside all that, now don't you're making me seem like I'm not
Hey
I'm
man,
not unbiased about my sports talk. I'm very unbiased when it
I'm hey, hey look, he can say that. I'm not going to. I'm biased.
so
Shit.
for the most part, I think it has been fantastic these last 5 years, right? But I think this year, man, it's just something about this upcoming season. Maybe it's because I'm thinking about that possible
The three
three-peat.
P.
That's possible what
Of
it,
course.
that's possibly what it is. I can't
Hey,
lie.
you know
I
what's
won't.
crazy? You know what's crazy? Louis
What?
Riddick literally said he said the same thing I was thinking earlier today. He said Mahomes was gonna sweep this year. He gonna win MVP.
Man,
He gonna go to the Super Bowl. Win the
man.
Super Bowl. And he gonna win Super Bowl. And that's not. And here's the thing: it ain't like Mahomes ain't already done that before.
Oh, huh.
He's
I
literally
got
won Super Bowl MVP while being MVP. So
really.
good thing. Yeah, he won it against the Eagles.
Well, I
He
just.
was MVP that year.
Well, that's true. That's true. So,
But this would be different though, because it's a streaming. If he does that, and then
hey,
other people do.
we got a situation with your mic, Mike. Apparently, people are saying they can't hear you.
Really?
Yeah.
My mic is on.
I wonder what's happening.
Yeah, it's connected and everything.
I wonder what's going on. See, we've been, this is the thing about going live. There's a lot of times these things happen, right? And you try to fix them on the fly, and they never work. They never
Oh,
work.
mic is on.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out when did it go out. That's or when it stopped working. So
I know my check it was working. Hold on. Let me see something.
is it? Huh? I don't know. It looks like it's on. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure it out myself though. Yeah. See. Hey, we got a situation with your mic. Yeah, it's saying that. Yeah, about 20 minutes ago, I guess it stopped.
It probably just like pitched in and out or something. Cause I just looked at the log and I can hear myself.
You can't hear yourself?
Hmm.
I wonder what's going on. See, huh? I'm listening to it right now. About going live. So,
Can you
hey,
hear me?
I can hear you myself. I just can't hear you on here. See, I'm listening to me. This is weird. Why I always got to have problems when it comes to the damn technology? It's always something.
Yeah, I just watched it. I could hear it on the log, so I don't know. It might have been
Well,
like a few minutes or something.
well,
That's
I
technology for you, though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's always something when it comes to the technology. So, uh, I just I don't understand what's happened, but as far as I can tell right now, it looks like it's working. Hey, if y'all are listening, yeah, if y'all are listening, let me know in the comments if the microphone on my son's end is working. Please. Because I can tell you right now, I'm not buying another goddamn microphone.
Hey, man, look.
I'm
Honestly,
not doing it.
we've been doing this whole live. Y'all been missing out on some gems.
I'm saying man, I
It's
you
been
know
in and out for probably out for like a few minutes or something.
well that's the thing, man. Is when everything is going on, when you're trying to look for y'all that don't understand, making this content and trying to do this content, it's always an issue, right? There's always something that doesn't work. It could be a light, it could be a cord. Hell, before we started tonight, I had no microphone, nothing was working, and I was trying to figure it out, and it was one thing and one thing only, and I had already checked it. It was an AC jack that wasn't plugged in all the way, and I had just checked it. So there, yeah, it's always something, always. So I hate it when I have to go through this type of shit because I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, we ain't starting on time. I got ready early, try to get everything together, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. All I'm trying to do is do this full time so I can leave the place I work for.
Right.
I'm just trying to
None of
I'm
these
just
people.
trying to get paid so I don't have to go there no more. Y'all don't understand. They trying to kill me. Shit.
No, they
This
ain't.
is, but for real. So that's all I'm trying to do, and it's always like something don't want me to be great, and I be trying to be great, and I'm like, man, this is tiresome. It's very tiresome, but I try to put in a lot of work, and it's been some time since uh, we've been on the air, as far as putting out content. I took some time out. A lot of it was because of my eyes. I did have some things going on with the family. So it's just one of those things. And then when you get ready to start back up, it's always some BS. So, uh,
Trust and believe though. When the season starts, y'all
yeah,
gonna see us.
yeah,
When the
exactly.
season start, yeah, y'all gonna see us for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So if everybody's out there and you guys have been watching, go ahead and hit the like button, hit that share button, share the live. Like I said,
Subscribe.
if we had any technical difficulties, we will get it together. Even if I got to go out and buy another damn mic, God, I do not want to do that. This shit is not cheap.
I'm about to I'm about to upgrade the camera too.
Yeah, this shit is
On the video.
it is not cheap. And trust me, I am probably one of the cheapest people y'all will find when it comes to shit. Like I don't like spending money. I hate it because I know what it took to make it. I knew what it
Yeah,
took to
because
make it.
when they come to content creating, you can't get no cheap stuff.
Man, and
For some of it you can,
yeah,
but the camera really
yeah, and I mean I've done pretty good as far as the first camera. Yeah, it was crap, and I figured it out after the first 2 or 3 episodes. I went out, I spent some money, on mics, but I'm telling you right now, man, I do not want to spend no more money on this shit. I don't. It's
the
tiresome.
mic is probably fine. It's like you said it was plugged in, right?
Mine, yeah, it was a jack for some reason. I was like, man, I know I just checked that. It was fine. It was playing, before. So, but I don't know what happened on your end, right? I really don't. So, I don't know if we had a
AirPods, who knows?
yeah, if there was a technical difficulty and something happened, uh, I'm hoping that it was temporary. I'm hoping that maybe it was just you know, a
I
momentary
know I
glitch.
checked it like 5 minutes before that, before you had said something, and I could hear myself too. So like I
Yeah,
said, it's probably out like an hour.
yeah. So uh, I want to tell everybody we're going to try to do this once a week with the live. For right now. For right now, I want to do it once a week. If I can go 2 times a week, we're going to do that, right? But for right now, I want to go once a week. We tried to go live at the same time on TikTok tonight, and I don't know what's happening with it. Like I said, I really sound like a dumbass tonight because nothing's working. But
I need to figure out how I can connect it to the Twitter, from the Twitter.
so,
I
but
gotta figure that out too.
but it's not necessarily that because we did have it working. It's worked before where we had it streaming to TikTok and YouTube at the same time. But I'm just telling you, we will get everything taken care of. I want to thank everybody for sticking with us and hanging out with us. And I didn't I didn't necessarily think that it was gonna be something that was gonna run smoothly because the moment you do things that nothing ever does. So, uh, but I do want to say thank you guys for coming and checking out the live tonight, and we will try to do this again next week on Wednesday. We'll try to have another live, going to another topic. And for all my Chiefs fans, I know y'all got a little bit of what we thought about what the roster was. We started talking about some other teams, but this is what we do. We talk about football. We want to talk about football. We want to talk about basketball. We're sports guys. We love sports. So at times we are going to jump away from the Chiefs, but we will try to give you more Chiefs info and you know more Chiefs talk and what we think, especially as the season starts to come around. Now y'all remember September 5th, we got a game against the Baltimore Ravens, and
They
man,
gonna lose. They gonna lose. I'm just telling y'all that right now.
it's gonna be pretty good.
I think the Chiefs is gonna run down their throats that game.
So I'm waiting. I'm excited. I'm geeked. I
Oh,
mean, we're not that far away.
Zay Flowers is not playing either.
What?
I'm pretty sure he got suspended, or maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. I could be wrong.
He got
I might be thinking of
suspended?
somebody else.
Wow.
Let me make sure I'm not tripping.
Hmm. Now that's funny.
I could be wrong. Hold on.
That is funny. Hey, I want to give a shout out to a couple of guys tonight that were on the live. Would you find
Oh,
out?
it wasn't him. It was let me make sure.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
there was something. Oh, it does say somebody he got suspended for.
Oh, was it for fucking performance enhancing drugs or anything?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
hold that with a grain of salt. Because I did see it, and I'm seeing it on him. I don't see like no precursor for it.
There's no confirmation on it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So we're I'll just say this. I'm
But if he
hope.
is,
Yeah, it's gonna hurt him. So, but we will be in Arrowhead. It will be ring ceremony night, and it will be glorious.
and Carson still will get his
Glorious.
first NFL touchdown that game. Speaking right here, right now.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Is that a hot take I hear? Is that a hot take I hear?
Is it on?
I mean, he is a rookie.
I think
Ooh,
I think
against.
he is going to score, and I think Brody might score.
Ooh, would that be what? You know what? If that happens,
It's over.
man. Well, look, I'm gonna give a shout out tonight to Tommy, to Dante, to Brent. Hey, I want to say thanks, guys. Thanks for the support. Uh, that means a lot to me. So uh,
Absolutely.
there's a thing about people that that supports you, and it may not be everybody in the world that that's following you or pushing you to go in that right direction, or pushing you to follow your heart or your dream. But to the guys who do support me, I say thank you. I really appreciate it. So we wanna say that tonight, like I said, is the first of many, and we're gonna get better at this, and we'll bring more sporting content to you guys, and just life in general, as far as things that have happened. Bullshit. I do like the bullshit a lot. So, uh, but we want to thank everybody that has shown support, and I want to say, please come back next week, Wednesdays. We're going to try to do this every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Every Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Now, if there's a game, which I don't see how this is going to happen on a Wednesday. I've never heard of a Wednesday night game in the NFL, but but if for some reason they decide to do an NFL Wednesday night game, we're fucked. So we're gonna leave it at
That
that.
one, yeah, I'll be watching it though.
So, but we're gonna try to do this, and we want everybody to come back, and we want to say, thank you again. Thank you for everybody that supports us. Uh, we hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us for a little bit tonight. And for everybody that is new to the channel, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. It costs you guys nothing. It's absolutely free. And all it's going to do is notify you of when we do go live or whenever we drop new content. So that's all we want. We want to be able to share what our thoughts are, and hopefully get some information and get some comments and some thoughts from you guys. So, with that being said, I'm Big Temp, that's Big Mike, and this is The Cave. Y'all take it easy. We hope to see y'all again next week.